and welcome to Coastal Crafts. So I've got a car boot sale haul today. And one of the first things I picked up was this big die. Now I love big dies because obviously you can cut chipboard, and I was thinking, yeah, let's have some chipboard tags I can decorate up, and that would look really good. Might look really good, might look rubbish, but it's worth a try. But also you can do fabric and you could do paper, so you can do all the different things. So it's this one and a Tim Holtz. We know I love Tim Holtz, a bit of a Tim Holtz fan. I have to go meet him one day and he'll probably just think I'm weird, but there we go. So that's all the different bits you get. So tags, and they're tabs, aren't they? There's fold over tab bits, so you can get like the tabs in. That's just doing it in paper. And I was thinking, and you have to tell me, do many people use those in like albums? Would you put a tab in an album? Would that look good? Or would it be more of a junk journal, journaling kind of thing to have a tab in? I don't know whether it would look nice in like a, when I talk about albums, I'm talking about something like putting pictures and memories in, as opposed to more of a journal. I don't know. So I'm deliberating whether I am going to do that with the tabs, or whether that would look rubbish. But yeah, I'm enjoying that. So I've had a go doing it out like that's in like a fake leather material, and I think that would look nice on something. And like these little ones that you get could almost become maybe some kind of jewellery. Not really much of a jewellery maker, but maybe I will look into that. And I quite liked doing, let's go through the different bits I've got here. The ones on this fabric. So this is just that cheapo fabric, £1 from, you get a fat quarter from Poundland, canvas type material, and just been stamped on using my stamps. And I quite like that. Makes, I know that needs an iron. Just being lazy. It needs to be ironed to get the crease out. Take 2 seconds, but I've not got around to doing it. But I think that makes sort of quite a nice little embellishment. This one I did the bird upside down, so it would have to go like that, and then just sort of using the hole reinforcers come on there, popping the hole reinforcers on. I was talking about that die set for quite a long time, isn't it? But I think I paid about £5 for that one. And that's going to be fun to have a little bit of a play with. Then I picked up this little, what do you call it, Smash Cane Company Smash Embellishment Pack. It says £1.20, but I sort of paid £15 for all the things I'm going to show you in the next bit, so including that die and some other stamps and things. So how much everything cost exactly is confusing, but this had different little bits in. It's really quite an old set, but that I thought perfect for my American photo album. So scrapbooking America, obviously being an eagle, it's just a plastic thing, but like that. Some random stars, not sure how I use those, but there we go. This one I was also quite keen on. I just thought I like the way it had, it's kind of hard to see. That's hard to see in real life. You have to take it out of packaging. A little vinyl record thing. Can't think what the cool way of saying it these days is, vinyl or whatever. But I like that. But for like a man's card as well, that'd be quite nice. And some other little bits. It's got some little stickers. South Africa and things, and India. Not been to either of those places, but maybe I will one day. Like another travel themed one. So I often think about for when I do my albums. So if I'm doing like photo albums, they tend to just be from holidays now. I think I said this before, just because I just don't, you know, I've just got too little time to get around to doing any more than that. And I quite like travel log, although I probably wouldn't stick a whole notebook in. I could sort of have that and maybe one page on a scrapbook page, and then just sort of put some journaling underneath it and have a little flap that went out, and then just use those pages for something different. Little bottle caps, not sure what I plan to do with those, but they could go on in the middle of like one of these rosettes or something, or they could do something else. I don't know, a bit of random twine. It's always exciting, isn't it, goodie bags? Who knows what will come in a goodie bag? Open this one up. I've not opened it up. And have a look. What have we got? Those are quite random, aren't they? Don't know what I think about that. You are a smashing human being. Oh, that's quite cute. That's like something that if you made, I don't know how to make these, but if you were to make a Chinese fortune cookie, you could have that in the middle. You're a smashing human being. That'd be sweet, wouldn't it? Like for Mr. Coastal Crafts. That makes a cute little crown. That could be quite a sweet thing for a little girl. And that's just some random bits. I saw this on the packaging. I don't need to open it up actually, it's quite obvious. How to construct a little aeroplane. That's quite cool, isn't it? That's the kind of thing that I could tuck into like a birthday card. Something that my nephew could make up and yeah, just have as a little extra present, or could use the pieces in, you know, if you're doing sort of vintage journaling. Not that I particularly do that, but they're just interesting, aren't they? Just sort of interesting little pack. And of course, the America traveling bits appealed to me for my album. So yeah, picked up that, put that to the side. Then I got some stamps. I went for these ones. I'm sure you can probably tell why, because they're coastal, aren't they? Coastal crafts. I love anything seaside. And I've got quite a lot of the Crafter's Companion nautical collection, but I haven't got the stamps. So I thought, let's pick up these stamps. And I did like them. And just you can see, they're obviously the ones I was using on these tags. I like that. I really like that bird. That's really cute. Yeah, I think they're nice. And it does say acrylic stamps, but they do stamp quite nicely. Obviously, you get varying qualities of acrylic. So I was happy with how these came out. And I think that's a nice image. It could sort of be there, and then you could have lots of those die cut images, or the little die cuts of like shells and things around there to build it up, and it would probably make a nice little scene. So I got that in my little bundle. Then I got some of these indigo blue stamps. So I know that indigo blue stamps are good quality, gorgeous designs. This was just me having a quick go at stamping it out and haven't coloured it in or anything, but it is blazing poppies. But that's really pretty, isn't it? Which way do you think it goes? Could go either way. I don't think that would matter. I think that's cute. It would be nice, you know, you could emboss that as well, but it's nice. Actually, it'd probably go that way because that makes sense with the butterfly being the right way up. It'd be nice just stamped like that without colouring in, but also probably be nice to add colour to it as well. So I like that one. And then had another indigo blue one, which I picked up, which is called a Dinky stamp. But actually, I think personally, that's a really good size. That butterfly, I just love the way it's kind of watercolour-ish. I don't know. It says it's packed by Mandy. Well done, Mandy. Did a good job packing that. Got it in the packaging. I feel like weird if my name was Mandy and my job was to package stuff. I sort of feel weird sticking a sticker on saying it's packed by Mandy. I'd be kind of like, it's just my job. It's just what I do. And that's how that's stamped out. And I like that. I think that's really nice. And as I say, I think it's a good size for something they call a Dinky stamp. And the last thing I got in my little bundle for £15 was this Happiness is Homemade recipe book kit. She had quite a few paper pads that were lovely, little 6x6 ones on her stall. I was there thinking, must not buy lots of paper pads because I've got so many 6x6 paper pads that I don't get around to using. But I did decide to put this one in. It says like a little kit, so 2 chipboard covers. So you do get 2 covers. They're quite thin chipboard, but yeah, it would definitely work. It says you get some die cut elements, which you do. That's these ones. I've just got a thing for this red gingham or check and strawberries and jam and that sort of vintage cooking stuff. I just got a bit of a thing for it. I don't know why. And it comes with some stickers. I probably won't make a recipe book because I don't really cook. I can cook. I just not a big fan of cooking. But I feel like I would use this in other ways. So I did pick it up. Yes, it's got ones like this. So I probably wouldn't use this as a recipe. So I might even cut that off and maybe, you know, it could be on a page as like some journaling with some pie. And that one is pretty, isn't it? With all the strawberry cakes. That cake would be lovely. I ate one like that in Paris. We went to the Parisian flea market and it was gorgeous. Really big as well, actually. I felt quite greedy after eating it, but it was really nice. And obviously, I just love that check. I don't know why I really like that, but I do. And those are little strawberries. Yeah, and that's the end of that one. So those are the bits I got in my little £15 bundle. Oh, I mustn't lose my You Are Smashing Human Being, because that could come in handy, couldn't it? Then from another seller, I picked up a few bits for school, which I won't show you because they're downstairs in my pile of stuff to take to school. But I did get myself a border punch. So I've now got 2 border punches. I only own 2. Something I'd never invested in before, but actually now I really like, so I'm probably going to be picking them up. This is a holly one, and that's how it comes out. I think that's going to be really nice for Christmas. And you could do it in a colour, couldn't you, and have like green behind or red behind or whatever. So that was £1, I think I paid for that. And then I got a couple of these tubes. I paid 50p each. It says 75p. And they're crafting sheets. I actually thought that they were adhesive, but once I cut them out, I realised that they are not. I'm just checking. They are not. No. But so they weren't quite what I thought they were. But they're quite an interesting texture. It's almost more like fabric as opposed to paper. So it's something slightly different. And probably ½ a metre, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how much you get. It says on here 45 by 45. Yeah, so about ½ a metre square, whatever that is in imperial measurement. So I got 2 of them. What I did find is that they die cut beautifully. So they might not be adhesive, because I was thinking, you know, I can die cut my sentiments and I can stick them on really easily, but they do cut nicely. So that's a sentiment cut out without any issue. There's bits of glue that seem to have got left on there. Can't get those out of the way. And I think they've got an interesting texture, haven't they? So I will still carry on using those. I think they'll be nice. And they're Christmas colours, aren't they? So they'll be used for Christmas. Not at the car boot sale, but in Poundland, I'd also picked up one of these, which is adhesive. And you get a good quantity on there for £1. But does that want to die cut? No. Just about die cut a heart, which is about the most basic shape, isn't it? You can get apart from a square. And it didn't really. I had to help it out with the scissors. So that one's going to be rubbish for die cutting, but it is sticky. And that one die cuts really nicely, but it isn't sticky. So you win some, you lose some, don't you? So what I should probably do with this is I should take it to school and use it as a nice background on like a board. But we'll see. I'll probably be like, oh, I could use that for backgrounds and things, but I don't know. It's not going to work for the purpose I wanted it for, so I probably shouldn't keep it. And there we go. That's my little car boot sale haul. Let me know if you've been to any car boot sales this weekend. And I shall see you soon. Bye.